Hi and hello everybody, and welcome to a new game. I admit I wanted to play West of Loathing for quite a while right now because I admit I really like this game. I really like this game. And to be honest, I actually played this game before. I played this game before quite a while, but I hope it won't, let's say, take away from the enjoyment. Now, let's pick a name. First name. And there we go. I can go as myself. Yep, we are ready to go. And before we start, I'm going to say that since I've already played this game, like I already mentioned, I'm going to play with a set of self-imposed rules. Now, where did I put them? Okay, one moment, let me check my notes. Okay, milk, bread, butter, nope, that's not it. No, that's an IOU. That's those. Oh, okay, here it is. Okay, so the thing is, I will play in hard mode. I will try to fail as little fights as possible. I will try to finish the game in as short time as possible, and we are talking about in-game time, so preferably one day. Cheesing is optional, and I will try to cover as much stuff as possible, all the locations, all the extra events and everything else. The DLC content will come after I finish the main game. As for the hard mode, I will explain the difference between hard mode and the normal mode once I unlock it. So, since that's out of the way, let's pick our class. Let's go with a bean slinger. Magic and cooking are inextricably intertwined in Loathing. The bean slinger is the mystical master of both. So, I want to be a bean slinger. Now, before we start, once again, I'm gonna turn off automatic experience spending. And I'm going to turn nostalgia mode on because I really like that color. Another thing that I want to mention, I am not going to read every single text, I'm not going to read every single dialogue option because I just don't think my reading voice is that interesting. However, I'm going to sum up everything that's going on so you will know what's going on. That's one thing. And two, I'm going to make small pauses during dialogue, so if you want, you can read the entire thing. Okay, first thing first, pick as many books as possible. And there we go, walking stupid. This is an obligatory thing. And I am not going to accept anything else. Okay, I'm gonna miss you, buddy. We gotta feed our bird pal, and let him go. Oh, another thing that I forgot to mention. Okay, personalized gun, manner, shot glass. That's a very good thing because you gain experience when you drink booze. Now back to what I was saying. The most important part is that this is not a speedrun. I played this game many times, but I'm not going to I'm not going to act like this is a speedrun, like this is the most effective way. I'm going to play it as the most enjoyable way for myself. Okay, now, our little bros. Rubik's Cube. Whole 1 experience point. Okay, now we're talking to Mom. Yep, a present. And now we get to pick one of the books. Technically, I think all of them are pretty good. But I'm gonna go with the Desert Survival one. Because there's quite a lot of stuff that you can collect at the very beginning of the game. And eventually it will give you a perk, so that's also a very good thing. There we go. You can forage basic goods from cacti. Or cacti? Cacti? From cactus plants. Okay, time for me to leave. Thank you very much. Can of infinite beans. Okay, and it's already equipped. So now I can say that I ate all the beans. Okay, let's talk to our bro. Okay, why do I want to leave? Let's go with this. To get off this stupid farm. And, of course, I'll be okay. And now, there's the thing. Okay. We can skip the intro. Yeah, any horses or partners you unlocked in any previous game will be available. You will start with 1,337 meat, and some of the more important items from Boring Springs. That's pretty nice, but I want to play the prologue again. The only thing that we are going to do is skip the opening credits. You know what, then again, no, I'm not going to skip them. This is perfectly action-packed. So I think it would be a completely missed opportunity if I skip this stuff. Okay, playing with turnips. You know what, okay, I'm skipping this. One way or another we know what happens. Yeah, you just skip a credit sequence where your character rode a turnip cart across the Great Plains and into the sleepy town of Boring Springs. Perfect. I'm sure it was spectacular. Okay, the first thing, we get one of the turnips. In normal playthrough, that would be an incredibly useful thing. Now, not so much. Also, the entire town is dirty as heck and full of manure. Okay. Right. Thank you very much, Pete. And this is where we meet our first possible partner. And our first spittoon. Yes, it is disgusting if you decide to actually read the description. I gotta admit, the person that wrote the descriptions is really good with their imagination about how the contents might look like. But checking through this stuff is actually pretty useful. So basically just ignore the nauseating feeling you get if you read this kind of stuff, like I do. And just go for it. And there we go, our first ring that gives us +1 to all basic stats. Okay, anything about railroad or dirt water? That's where we are going to stay. Okay. And barkeep asks us to take care of a goblin. And here we have, I'm pretty sure this is the dude that normally works at the stable. Yeah, the town hall selling guy. Okay, that's very good, because now we are able to buy ourselves a horse. Okay, and there is Gary the Goblin. And normally, you would be able to actually talk to this guy and get him with you on an adventure. The problem is that in hard mode you aren't able to do that. And I'm going to explain why in a bit. Okay, let's talk to the sheriff. Okay. Gotta admit, that's actually kind of perfect. Okay, there are also lost beer mugs. And even more manure.
I hate manure.
Okay, let's talk to the cactus guy. Yeah, just a coincidence, okay. Okay, and this is where the newspaper comes in handy. Okay, now where do we go? We have to go to the Fricker Gang hideout. And this is our first choice. If we talk him out, then we get honorable. Honorable options will be available in some situations. That's about it. We could also shoot him in cold blood. The game will try to discourage us from doing that. And if we still do it, we will get Ruthless perk, which technically is the same as Honorable, just different descriptions. Okay, first thing first, we are going to take the soap. And now I'm going to tie the dude up. Let's try to approach them and talk. Well, never mind. Still gonna fight. Okay, the dude is behind the barrel, so he's going to shoot the barrel all the time anyways. So first let's take the dude that doesn't have anything in front of him. Now the thing is, like I said, dude is behind the barrel, so any ranged attack will hit the barrel. So, yeah, all I gotta do is just keep smashing him with a plank. Thankfully, he has no idea how to aim. Okay, anything else? Beer mug, yet another. And since most of them are dead, I'm just going to help myself to all the stuff that they have. There we go. With that said, the first round is done. I'm going to spend a little bit of time here, actually. Okay, so now we need a new lock for the sheriff. Okay, I'll trade this soap for a lock, and I'll... No, I'm not going to take the dynamite just yet. Okay, there you go. And of course, now we need to pick the lock, because... Of course. And at least I got a tiny armor item out of this. Do I have anything else? No. Okay, the Dr. Alice is locked in her place. Anything else here? No, I don't think so. At least not yet. Now we gotta recover the horses. Yeah, all of your horses keep running away. Okay, now I can trade needles for the dynamite. At least one of them. Now let's take a look. Thousand Snakes Gulch, Orhole Mine. Let's go to the mine. Yep, because here we get a shovel, and that's something that's pretty important. Also, I gotta say that I really like the music that's in the caves. I don't know why, I just really like it. Okay, so there's TNT. Okay, level 1 blasting cap storage. Thank you. Now plungers, both kinds. I'm only gonna need the one that makes things go boom. And now we got ourselves a crowbar. Let's check the damage. Okay. It's only 2 damage points more, but still. Hooking up a plunger, press the plunger. Of course, we did not connect it to the blasting cap. Wait, I don't have a blasting cap with me. I thought I took one. Okay, never mind. Thank you very much. And now we can get in. Let me in, please. Thank you. Okay, the shadows are working really weird. Okay, that's the super... Yeah, that's the super scary horse. Okay, pat on the nose, feed the oats. Now you gotta eat the oats yourself. And again. And there you go. Finally we managed to encourage the horse to leave the mine. So now we can leave this place. I do not need any extra I do not need any extra dynamite or stuff like that. I would need it if I wanted to leave this town with 1,337 meat pieces. However, I'm not going for that. Well, yeah, definitely way too early. I wonder who actually put that grave over here. Okay, let's make quick work of this dude. Like I said, I'm going to... Ouch! I'm going to try and pick every single possible fight that there is. Okay, that's the same damage output. I'm going to try and pick every single fight that there is, just to get as much experience as possible. Okay, this time I'm going for something else. Let's go with extra protection. This is also one of the reasons why I decided to go with a bean slinger. Okay, so now we have the ghost horse. You gotta keep trying until you add grave dirt. And there you go, now she's gonna eat it. Okay, Timothy Cochrane, Elizabeth Cochrane, and a baby. That's very family friendly. Okay, now you gotta walk all over the cacti. Yep, perfect, mostly scabs. Extra maximum health points, and that's extremely useful. Okay, there was something shiny in here, I'm pretty sure. There we go. And as I said, the extra bit of health, extra bit of armor, that's normally very useful. I mean, not usual, useful. Okay, that's a fast one. But on hard mode, it's especially useful because every single health point that you have is basically worth as much as gold in its weight. Okay, another one. You know what, I'm just gonna throw the dynamite. Much better. Okay, I don't think I can actually look into his eyes. Very good. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the information. Okay, now additionally, what else can we do? We can shovel the manure. Because that's always some extra... That's always some extra experience. I might actually want to check. Okay, how many experience points do I have? 50, okay. And that's enough to upgrade everything. I know that right now I'm making it very bland, because +1 to everything, but that's pretty needed at first. Okay, now we ask about the lady who is drinking whiskey from the beer mug. Yeah, and we ask her about what happened. This gives us some extra dialogue options, but also allows us to go to her ranch. There you go, the Cochrane Ranch. That's a way to get Susie Cochrane as your partner, but also gives you some extra experience points, which, like I said, are pretty needed. Okay, that's very useful. First thing first, extra armor, and now I can try and deal with this stuff. Gotta be careful, because this stuff, yeah, will set you on fire. But there we go, and now we have Susie's rifle. Anything else over here? Yeah. The outhouse, but I cannot interact with it. Now, before we do anything else, yeah, gotta talk to the dude. And he's gonna pay us for all the horses that we brought him back, but here is a very interesting dialogue option. Something about an injury. Now he's going to tell us about... Now he's going to tell us about the doctor, and that's pretty damn important, because that's yet another partner that we can take on our journey. Okay, thank you very much. We had a talk. There you go, selling all the stuff. Okay, I think that's everything, at least for now. I'm afraid I cannot talk to the doctor just yet, or I missed some dialogue option, I think. Might be that.
One eternity later.
Right, I guess this shows that it's been a while since I played this game. I completely forgot that the whiskey that the doctor needs from us in order to let us into the house is located exactly here. I completely forgot about this. Like I said, it's been like over a year since I played this game. Okay, now I can offer her the whiskey. There you go. Clean yourself up a little bit, check out the books. And the most important one, the Goblin Tongue. The other books are relatively important too, because they will come up later as dialogue options. You do not need to read them, actually. I mean, you do not need to read the descriptions. This stuff will just come up as... This stuff will just come up as a normal dialogue option. Okay, now we can actually talk to Gary and have it done in a little bit more pacifistic way. And I'm gonna be polite. Okay, sadly it means that we cannot take Gary with us. I mean, we cannot take Gary with... We can take Gary with us in a normal playthrough, not on a difficult mode. But sadly, it also means that we cannot finish the quest from the barkeep. There we go. Strange black chest. Yep, there we go. Hard hat. I mean, it looks pretty awesome. But yeah, now that we have the hard hat, the game is really going to change. Well, maybe not drastically, but yeah, here's the rundown of the stuff that will change. The first thing first is that you cannot change hats at all, so it limits some of your options. I'm not even talking about the stat upgrades. Some of the places where changing a hat would make things way easier are now locked off. The enemies are much tougher, but that's a no-brainer. All the locations that allow you to grind enemies for experience have a limit of 5 times per day. The key items are much more expensive. Like, for example... No, you know what? I'm not going to say which one. I do not want to put too many spoilers. So yeah, the key items are much more expensive. And you cannot take Gary, and you cannot take the Dark Horse as your partner. Gary, I am not quite sure why. Well, I actually have one idea, but that's about it, and I'll get to it once the time comes. And you cannot get the Dark Horse because it has an option to escape random enemy encounters. And in hard mode we cannot have that, now can we? So, since we have everything done in this place, time to get a horse and to leave this place. Give me the one with crazy eyes. And I'll definitely take him. Thank you very much. Okay, how do we name the horse? I always have problems with picking up names.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Okay, you know what, let's just name you Skrunkry. Thank you very much, and now we can leave. Yep, ready to leave. Yep, and that's it. Crazy Pete, Susie Cochrane, Gary the Goblin. Wait, don't leave yet. I think I did not talk out with the doctor just yet. Normally I wouldn't care that much. Now we know that she hates skeletons and everything revolving necromancy. I mean, I can understand why. There we go. We talked with her, and it's just to show what else you need to do. I thought that you would get some extra experience from this, but it seems not. Okay, so now I am actually ready to leave. And who I'm going to pick? I'm going to go with Crazy Pete. Thank you very much. I know that some of you that already played the game might go like, why do you pick Crazy Pete? He's the most useless. Not exactly. At least not in my opinion. First thing first, he has a knowledge about every single mine in the game, and every area tells you about at least one mine. And additionally, he can spot extra mining veins for you, which allows you to get way more meat. And that's extremely important in this case. Another thing is that once you properly level up with him, he gains an ability to boost all of your stats, and that's yet another extremely important thing. Okay, that music is pretty off. But yeah, boosting all of your stats is another extremely important thing. Okay. Okay, I saw the sign out front advertising a room. Okay, that's great. So, I have a free room. Help with anything? The piano guy? Yeah, that took a really strange turn. Right, I do not have a needle. Okay, we talked to the strange man, but first thing first. Yep, spittoon. Inspect it. Yep, here we go again. I love the idea that you're basically arguing with the narrator. Ew. Okay. Filthy porcelain cow. It's pretty disgusting. Yeah, you have to hold this little porcelain cow upside down because it's filled with tobacco spit and you don't want it to spill out the little hole in the bottom of it. That's pretty disgusting. But, like I said, I kinda need it. I kinda need it, at least right now. Okay, nice view. There is a postcard. Normally these are pretty useful because you can send them to your little bro on the farm. And on the next day you are going to get a reply, and these are usually pretty useful. However, as I said, I don't think I'm going to be making much use of that stuff because I will try to do it, if possible, in a day. Still, it's not going to stop me from sending him the postcard. Another thing is, there you go. You can insult yourself in the mirror. Normally that's a good thing because every single time you do it, you get angry. And you get, I believe, either +2 or +3 to all stats. Which, at the beginning of the game, is extremely useful, especially on hard mode. However, anger also works with one more thing. I do not know where exactly it shows over here. But it's basically like pain resistance. And it basically shares the same pool as being beaten in a fight. I really cannot enter English today. Basically, what it means that if you are not angry and you get beaten, you will get angry and you will lose 1 point from the pain resistance. If you insult yourself to the maximum, then every single time you get beaten, you are just going to faint, you are going to black out, and you will wake up in your bed on the next day. So we want to avoid that. Okay, anything else? Okay, a cowbell, and let's fix the chair because, of course, I'm not going to buy any slop, but I'm definitely going to accept a couple of quests. Okay, so he wants the saltpeter? Saltpeter? Okay, I'm going to pretend that I pronounced it correct. Not going into poker room, never played poker in this game. And now we ask about the dude next to the piano. That's pretty important, because we learn his backstory. But most important thing is that we eventually will find a bottle of laudanum. I think that's how you say it. And that stuff is extremely important because his stories, which he tells you after he gets the pills, will let you get way more experience. Okay, what else can we do? Gold tooth. I can sell this, I can sell this. Okay, do I need anything else from here? Definitely gonna take advanced beamcraft. And gonna take all the dynamite that I can. No, thank you very much. Let's take a look. Which stuff is going to be the most important? I'm gonna go with Butterbean, because it reduces the enemy's stats. Now I can sell the postcard to my little bro, and that's about it. Another thing that I can do is, talk to the sheriff. And yes, this time it's sheriff, not sheriff. And we basically accept every single possible bounty that there is, because it unlocks locations for us. That's one thing. Another thing, it's the reason why I decided to go with a crazy-eyed horse. Because he gives you a way bigger chance to find random encounters that are not combat. So, yep, that's exactly it. Way bigger chance to find something that isn't a fight. Let's take a look relatively carefully, because I do not want to start any fight just yet. But definitely gonna take everything that hasn't been nailed to the ground. No. Yes, moth tent. Okay, I cannot crack safes. Okay, marching orders, that's very important, because it gives us another location. Okay, definitely not going in there. And there we go, Demi-Culverin Cannonball. That's another important thing that will come in handy much later. Let's take a look. Can I increase something? Okay, so the grit increases my pain tolerance. Losing fights makes you angry, and your pain tolerance determines how angry you can get before you pass out. That's exactly what I was talking about. Okay, I'm gonna go with Mysticality. And I might as well go to the railroad camp. Oh cool, extra dynamite. Thank you very much. That's extremely useful, especially for cheesing fights. Okay, talk about Watch this, dude. Thank you very much. Buttonwillow McKittrick's store. That's super important. And now, what's the problem? How nice. Just shove the work onto someone else, that's just great, thank you very much. Okay, and now I need a year's worth of dynamite. There are actually 3 ways of getting this dynamite, and Gustafsson Gulch is one of them. However, I'm not going there just yet. The place is full of goblins, and this is the reason why the hard mode doesn't allow us to take Gary, because Gary would be able to basically talk to these goblins. We wouldn't be able to explore the place, but he would be able to basically talk to the mayor of Gustafsson Gulch, and you would get the yearly supply of dynamite basically just like that, you know, like a snap of the fingers, that's it. And that would be too easy, so no. Okay, yet another random encounter. Oh, cool. But yeah, this is exactly why I decided to go with a crazy-eyed horse. Because increased chance for non-combat encounters decrease the chance for actual combat encounters, and that's very useful. Okay, let's take a look. I can actually sell this. I can sell the gold skull. Okay, that's silver, so I'm definitely going to keep this one. And going with yet another advanced beamcraft. And one more soap. I think that's going to be needed later. But first, advanced beamcraft. Which one? Okay, so these are exactly the same, the first two, but I'm going to go with the blood beans. Because it allows me to heal up during combat, and as far as I'm aware, that's actually a passive ability. Unfortunately, I have only 1 experience point, so that's about it. So... you know what, I'm going to approach it. Whoa. I have only 1 action point. You know what, I think this might have been a little bit of a bad idea, so I'm just going to cheese it. And now, Aspel, there we go. I'll try to at least help the cook over here. Okay, now Murder Pepper. That's a cool one because you don't even have to... Yep, that's it. You don't even have to leave the room. Just open up the map, wander around. And that's about it. There you go. Honestly, after the first thing, after the first part where you have to, okay, what do you want? Okay, thank you very much. Like I said, this is a very good thing because mines are pretty important. Okay, open box. 441, saute knife. Even though you're holding it, you're still pretty sure there's no such thing as a saute knife. I'm pretty sure that this is not a thing, but never mind. But yeah, like I said, this is like one of the easiest quest chains in the game. It gives you quite a noticeable amount of experience. And that's it. Now the final piece is in Graveyard. Okay. Whoa. I am so glad that I have this rock. Okay, what else can I say but throw the cheese? Like I said, cheesing is optional. And I'm definitely going to use it. 1 and 2, there you go. Okay, I'm going to go with this because now I'm 100% sure that the dude will die. And now let's smash this dude. Very good. This is exactly why I got all the dynamite. Okay, thank you very much. Brown boots, 1 extra action point, that's super important. Okay, keep digging. Yes, Dave's secret sauce recipe. Thank you very much. Now let's hope nothing unpleasant happens. Okay, that's extremely useful. Thank you very much. Okay, Uncanny Presence is definitely taking this. Extra resistance to everything. That's extremely important. And I'm happy that I got this because, like I said, you need all the extra defense that you can get. And learning extra skills is a little bit of a luck-based because I think there's like 8 or 9 skills for each class, but every single book only gives you 3, so there is a chance that you are going to get the most useful ones at the very beginning, or there is risk that the game is going to hold onto them until the very end. Okay, Sloppy Chef's Hat. I cannot equip it. Okay, Infernal Soul Fragment. Okay, that's very good. That's extra experience. Okay, Cow Fangs. I'm pretty sure I cannot use these. But I have quite a lot of experience, so definitely gonna spend those. Okay, Outfoxen, Blood Beans, that's super important. Okay, extra Mysticality. Extra Gumption. And extra Glamour. I'm trying not to drink anything just yet, or eat anything, because there are 2 items, specifically in this game, later that I will need. And if I want to finish this, possibly in 1 day, I need to make room in my, I believe, one bit in liver and 1 bit in spleen. So I am not going to consume anything until I get those items. Okay, but I believe that this has been a pretty nice intro to the game. And I hope that I managed to catch your attention enough to make you stay with me for the rest of the series. So, without further delay, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and as usual, I will see you next week. Have a great one.